Hello everyone and welcome to another stream of Code with the Italians. And today it's Code with the
Good afternoon.
Italians summer edition. As you can see from my shirt, I'm in full summer mode. It's very, very hot. In the northern plains of Italy, the classical summer weather has arrived, which is very hot, very humid, and pretty much unbearable. So I'm happy that I have AC.
Lucky you. Lucky you. I only have fresh drinks and darkness.
And
Finally,
darkness.
I'm in dark mode because if I open any kind of windows, I'm just gonna die, like melting. So,
I thought for a
hello
second you were gonna
everybody.
sing Hello Darkness, my old friend.
Oh, fair enough. No, but I'm pretty close, honestly. So, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining. We know that it's today it's a special day for the Italian audience because there is also the match for Euro. So we appreciate you staying with us. And I want to give you a heads up about the subscriptions because there is a cycle or renewal, and now I'm gonna start harassing you often to remind you that you have to resubscribe to the channel if you are subscribed using your Amazon Prime subscription. If you are new to the channel, if you have a subscription for Amazon Prime, you can connect your account to your Twitch account, and you get basically subscription for free to one channel for 1 month. Every month you have a free subscription, and you can subscribe to our channel. So if you subscribe to our channel, first of all, we are very happy, and it helps with coping with the weather, the hot heat. So so the heat. Jokes aside, we are actually building a bit of, we are buying a bit of swag and merchandising that we are gonna raffle. How is in English?
Yeah.
Like a raffle, like
Yeah,
a
giveaway.
lottery kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah, like a giveaway. Yeah, it's gonna be something that we're gonna do on Sunday. In the next, we're gonna start in the next few weeks, and we are gonna basically pick one of the subscribers from the chat, and we are gonna just send them swag. So,
Yeah.
if you want to opt in, please subscribe to the channel. You can subscribe for free with an Amazon Prime subscription, or you can subscribe with just like your Twitch account for just like a few bucks per month. So pick your kind of subscription. And so from project point of view, of course, follow the channel if you're watching us on YouTube. And at the end of the video, you like the video, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's important for us. And
It's that time of the
enjoy.
week.
Well, I mean, it's that time of the smash the like button. Yes, Raul, it's smash the like button. But not now. But I want you to smash the like button when you actually like the video. So you just
And you must like
I don't
it.
want yeah, yeah. Well,
You said
that
when,
sounds
not
harsh.
if, so
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, we do good content, so I expect people there following us.
Ciao Pietro.
Ciao Pietro. So Pietro, yes, like, subscribe, and enable notification. Also ring the bell, as Pietro is
You know,
suggesting.
some YouTuber
Um,
that I follow recently started saying, and don't forget to ring the bell so you get instant notification when our videos go live. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, but what's the
Uh-huh.
alternative? Like getting a notification the year after?
Well, no, but the idea is that the YouTuber was actually advertising our app that is gonna actually snooze the notification, so you get it a bit later. This is an opportunity for a partnership.
We need
You
to.
see,
Great minds, guys.
Hugo
Great
is
minds.
you know, Hugo is pointing out the same thing. So that's the
But
thing.
we need
So
to hard code an exception for our notifications. So if Twitch or YouTube send you a notification about us, then it goes straight through. Well, only if it's about
yeah,
money.
it's like a kind of backdoor in the so the only unfortunate thing is that the app is open source,
Yeah, and we're
Sebastiano.
also
So I
telling everyone
pretty
the code we write all the time. So there's also
yeah,
that.
pre- pretty sure that we cannot get away with that. But so just to follow up, once again, if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, let's just subscribe to the channel, and we really appreciate. To go back to the coding part, because apparently we not only advertise the channel, but we also code a bit. I mean, it's slightly a bit. We were working with Roberto on
Roberto!
Wednesday, and we worked on the onboarding with the final part of the onboarding. We were working on the pill-shaped chip material chips for the time selection. We introduced library material design dialogues to help us with the time picking. And then shit hit the fan because
It was time to go
during
for dinner.
during
That's the
yeah, it
reality.
was it was time. Yeah, it was a bit late, and then but Sebastiano kept on working on the project. I think on Thursday or on Friday, and there were a few library
Well,
that we
it was a
Eh,
Wednesday, and you folks might have noticed
okay.
that every other Wednesday there's a new version of Compose. But on Wednesday there was also a new version of Android Studio released. I haven't actually noticed if that happens every other week or not, but they released the beta 4 of Android Studio 7, and I was like, oh well, I'll update things, so we're ready for the stream on Sunday. And it turns out that there's how to call it, blocker, which essentially, if
Mm-hmm.
you're using Hilt and you're using the latest 7.0 beta 4 version of Android Studio and thus of the Gradle plugin, it doesn't work anymore at all. Like, it doesn't even
Bam, bam, bam,
sync. The
bam.
project doesn't even sync because there's some. Uh, my guess, I don't know the details, but my guess is that the Hilt plugin in Gradle uses some internal APIs in the Android Gradle plugin, and they have changed them, so they've broken it. Um, it's a problem that a lot of people have had, and I've seen there's bugs on GitHub for Hilt and Dagger asking to fix that, and they said it's going to be fixed in the next version of Android Gradle plugin. So for now, what I've done is I've rolled back the install of Android Studio, which, thanks to JetBrains Toolbox, is very fucking easy. In case you didn't
Oh.
know, you can use JetBrains Toolbox to manage your Android Studio version, not just IntelliJ and other JetBrains stuff, but also Android Studio. And I'm not saying this because I work at JetBrains. I'm saying this because I used to
No.
do it before I joined JetBrains.
Well,
It's super convenient because if there's a bug like this, it's just 2 clicks to roll back to the previous version and it will download it for you. The only annoying thing about rolling back is that it will remove some of your settings if you do it, mostly because probably it assumes they might not be compatible anymore. So if you roll back the Android Studio version, the next time you start Android Studio, it will reset some settings, which is a bit of a issue. Um, does Coin also
we
have
have
the
a
same
question.
problem? I don't know. I don't think Coin uses a plugin though. There's no code gen, so probably not. Um, it's the the strength and weakness of Dagger and thus Hilt is that it does code gen, so it's much faster, it's compile time safe, but it might break if there's some breaking changes in the Android Gradle plugin. So yeah, today we are back. I have just finished resetting Android Studio Beta 3. I have upgraded everything else. So I have upgraded Compose. I've upgraded all other libraries because they released a bunch of them on Wednesday. And yeah, I think we're ready to go. Oh yes, one more thing. I was in a panel on Friday, and which I think even shared on our channels as well. In that
Yeah.
panel, someone pointed out that you know, Compose is going stable in July, and Compose releases are every 2 Wednesdays. So Compose is either going stable.
Someone.
Yeah, someone.
Now I know someone. Okay. I
Yeah.
was like, who's talking about? Yeah. Okay. Now I see. Okay.
Compose is either going stable on the 14th or on the 28th of July, if I am not mistaken with the weeks count, but I think it's correct. But also, I'm terrible with numbers and stuff. So yeah, that's a nice, interesting figure, and I'm looking forward to the day when Compose goes stable. Also, it's probably going to go stable an hour before we go live on that Wednesday, so that's gonna be interesting. Do we
Nice.
need to prepare some bubbles, even maybe some champagne or something
Yeah.
like
Why
that?
not? I mean, we can celebrate. We can celebrate.
It would be nice. It would be nice to have someone um, coming to join us for that, but for that episode. But I don't like we don't know in advance. We will know on the day. So if we have a guest, then that's gonna be a great day. Otherwise, it's gonna be a great day minus a guest.
Fair enough.
Yep. Hugo, you meant that the version is going to be 1.0.0, not that there are no bugs anymore, right? Yes. Stable means 1.0.0 without alpha or beta qualifiers. I fully expect there's going to be patches. And yes,
Yeah,
we
but
like our stream is the proof that there are still quite a lot of bugs. But also they're proof that they get fixed in the next release
yeah,
generally. So
constantly.
what I'm curious to
We need to.
see is if they keep up the release schedule. So if they still drop releases every other week. Uh,
Why
Also,
not?
what I'm curious about is to see whether when they release 1.0, they also say, oh, in 1.1, we're gonna have this, and that, and it's in alpha now. So I'm curious about that. If we only get the stable release, or we also, if it works like Android Studio, where they generally ship the stable and also promote, like shift all the channels by one, so you also get a new canary, generally, not always, but generally. Anyway, I think we have said enough things that aren't code related. What do you say, even? Shall we get going?
Yes.
Okay.
Shall we? Let's go. Let's go.
Show me the
So I'm.
code. The code is here.
Show me the code as usual.
The
Show
code
me the
is
code as
here.
usual. Where are we with the onboarding? I remember that we were able to add like new times, rows. Clicky, clicky, tinky,
Yeah,
tinky.
so we
We
did
can select
this
this
last
stuff.
Sunday and just
Mm-hmm.
cleaned it up a bit on Wednesday, and then we added
Mm-hmm.
this on
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, which is the list of the times when
Mm-hmm.
things are working. So enabling bundle, like by default, is going to be enabled from say 9 to 1 p.m. We haven't
Mm-hmm.
implemented support for 12 hours times, but
Well, I mean, we can always add it later
yeah,
or open an issue so people can contribute.
yep. So what we have is we have added things like there's this very annoying bug where if you click this, the ripple continues afterwards because it's technically a new item that gets created. So I don't know how to sort that out if there's a way, but you can add and remove lines. One thing though, I think doesn't work. So technically, if you click this, it will open the time picker. But because the author of the time picker library hasn't updated the library to use Compose 9 yet, it doesn't do it. But this kind of
Okay.
brings me to a point of discussion, which is I would like, if I can, I might just try
Mhm.
to do it offline and then just show the results when I'm done. I would actually like not to have to use a dialogue. I would like something more like you click this and maybe the lines below scroll down a bit and you get like a as if the line expands and the time picker is actually embedded there instead of being, you know, separate dialogue and it's
Mm-hmm.
in the list.
Yeah.
So I don't
But
know. That's a
would
vague
you like it
idea.
to be? How do you imagine it? Do you imagine it like a time picker UI or some sort of
Yeah, imagine.
spinner with like a drop down thingy? Oh, a bottom sheet. A bottom
Well,
sheet
it's
is
still a dialogue. I would like something in the layout itself.
more in the layer.
So
But do you
something.
imagine it is a time picker or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
still a time picker. So
scroll?
still the usual time picker thing, but instead of being in a dialogue,
Another dialogue.
like a completely separate dialogue, it could be something. I don't know. My first thought was something that looks like a balloon, you know, like a comic balloon. So with an arrow
Okay.
pointing here and then expands.
Ah,
So it's partially overlapping, but also pushing the rest of the items down a bit. So
no.
it is
Yeah.
model, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not model in the sense that it is like a full-blown dialogue. It's more of
Yeah.
a semi-model thing that you can just tap out if you want. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it
And
looks
it's
much better and it works much better that way.
and it's gonna be a nice exercise for like custom view-ish thingy because from a UI point of view, it shouldn't be
Yeah,
that easy to do.
exactly, exactly. I think
Uh,
that's the idea, right? Where oh
yeah.
have I know I've said this already, but I freaking love live literals. Can you see the number of pages? I can change the number of pages and everything just
Yeah.
fucking works. It's so good.
This is so good.
I'm a
This is
simple
actually
man,
so
I
good.
know, but it's so nice
But
that it
that,
works.
but that's actually wait. But that's actually working. It's that this is not the preview. This is
Yeah, this
working
is
on
in
the
the
emulator.
emulator as well. I think I have
How
enabled
the fuck does it work?
um,
How do they deploy
something.
the?
I don't know. It's just nice though.
How does it work?
It's magic.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, how do they do it? Oh fuck, that's actually. I thought it was the preview. That's the
No, I
emulator.
think that's just. Yep. Yeah,
Sure.
it works both for the preview and for the emulator.
Immedi- Immediately, I need to start using the. Well, I mean, I can't start using the emulator because the emulator tends to kill my machine. So I need to buy a faster machine.
Yeah,
So
you do.
that's
You
the
do.
yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, I need
Apple,
that. I
release
need that.
faster.
Yeah, actually, I'm waiting for the Mac Mini, but the buff version and not the toy version. So,
Yeah.
well, fingers crossed. Okay, do you think so we have a question, Aurelio? Do you think to put some logic to the chips there cannot be repeated time? The chips are sorted in ascending order. Well, that actually,
Yes. Eventually, yes.
yes.
The thing is, I would like, the first thing we need to do is to move all the business logic away from the UI as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now we don't really have a proper data flow here in the sense that like we have a view model, but it doesn't really do anything. It's just about the crash reporting, and we need to move the status for all the pages back into the view model and let the view model update the pages when we change stuff. Once we have done that, then we can fairly trivially take out stuff in like from the view model and have like a class that we can unit test, and we don't need to, run Roboelectric or UI tests, and then that essentially is something that we can write some code to make sure that the times don't overlap, that the times are not repeated, that they cover 24 hours. For now, we are not doing that. We're just assuming that people are going to put in valid things, which of course we know it's never going to happen, but we haven't released yet, so that's
Well,
fine. It's something that we need to do. And I don't think we're going to have time to do today, also because that's going to require a lot of reasoning in terms of how to implement this on the code side. Like in
yeah,
terms of logic, how do you minimize the thing, and how does it work in terms of UX? Because if you add another thing, this one should have like an error here saying this is overlapping, this is not working, this is kind of broken. So
yeah.
does that show the problem? Does it have a fix button for overlaps? That sort of stuff, which are all
Yeah,
nice things. But if we extract them all to a separate thing, then we can reuse them elsewhere, because obviously this logic and partly this UI is going to be replicated in the settings as well, because this is the
the setting.
onboarding,
So
and we are showing you the settings that you need to set before you get started. But obviously you might want to go and change them. So at some point we'll need to take this stuff out, the business logic, as much as possible, and reuse it um, for the settings page as well.
the setting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's good. We have a plan.
Yes.
Okay.
So shall we
So
start with this, with
from a
the notification
from
access page?
yes. So what do we have here? So we are feeding the needs permission, and we are getting a callback, right? So I think we are we are in a good place for this.
Yeah, technically, well, the state for this doesn't even come from the view model, really. So I would leave
Not
this
yet.
for later, because this one comes
Yeah,
from the activity,
it's
not
coming.
even from the view
Yeah,
model.
yeah.
And this needs to be refreshed when the activity gets resumed again. So it would be a bit tricky if we were trying to do it in the view model again, because then you remember we had the problem with life cycle
Yeah.
and how to
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
work. So I wouldn't touch that, but these two for sure need to go
yeah.
in the view model. Hey
Hi,
Mark.
Mark.
Oh, hi Mark. So maybe we can start by
Let's start.
um, setting something up, like we need the preferences package and moving this to the preferences
Yes,
package.
let's start to rearrange a bit of code.
Yeah, so I'll create a schedule thing there. I'll just move it there. Refactor,
Yeah,
continue,
that's private. It's private, so we
add,
can.
yeah, but that's easy enough to
Mhm.
fix. Okay, that's fine. And that's okay. Good.
Okay.
Okay,
So
so what is the
what else
state
do we have?
of this page? So we're looking at this page here.
Mhm. Well, as a rule of thumb, I will probably look for remembers
Yep.
because those are so as a tip, Jetpack Compose tip. How do I decide what to hoist? Look for remembers. And
Yeah.
that's a good place to start. So we have definitely a list of enum, or a list of
Mm-hmm.
what do we have in indices. So we have,
Yep.
it's a typed array. Yeah, I guess it's how do we map this? I mean, this thing is, I can't remember what's the shape of this thing. Um,
It's a list,
what's
so
the
we can
type?
just have a list.
Yeah, but a list of weekdays. Okay,
Yeah, also should be called weekday because it's,
fair
yeah,
enough.
one day.
So we have a
Um,
list of weekday that is
yep.
basically the list that we feed in.
Which is this?
But those are
Essentially, it's
but
this.
yeah, but those are the checked ones. So at the beginning, the list is always 0 or 7. So do we
Yeah.
check everything or do we check nothing?
So I would say we start with all of them, but that's not
Mm-hmm.
really much of a problem, to be fair, because after all, it's like we can decide it when we put it in the view model because we will have to put that
Okay.
stuff in the view model. So one
Mm.
thing that we can do is, so right now we have a mutable state list, which
Mm-hmm.
is the list of all the days, and they're all checked. So yeah, essentially it's an array with 7 checked, well, a list with
Mm-hmm.
7 checked items. Um, I don't like, I'm trying to think. Maybe this would make more sense as a map from weekday to Boolean,
Yeah.
something like that.
So just to hi Bo, just to give you
Oh, go for it.
um, a quick
Recap.
reintroduction recap. Yes, sorry. I mean, this is like my brain is melting. We just need more water. Just to today we are getting some state out of the onboarding. So the onboarding, the first prototype that we had, it's basically the usual way you build or we build compose screens or composable. So we have the state baked in, and now we are taking out the state and we are hoisting the state and the events that comes and go into composable, so we can bubble up the state and the events, and we can manage them in the view model instead of the inside the composable. So this is the first screen that we are actually reworking. At the moment, we have on this screen the user can select the checkbox. Well, those are not checked, the chips. So basically, you can pick the day or the days of the week that you want to activate in the app. We store them in a list of, there was like a list I remember of Booleans, I guess.
Yep.
And now we are taking that list out and we are basically injecting the usual state hoisting, injecting in the constructor or the function, the composable, the state and the events. So hi guys.
Yep.
Must have 100 dev tools. Hi Anto. Um, oh, okay. So, Bo, I hope I I gave you enough information on what we are doing today. So most again, hoisting the state and making the composable stateless, so we can manage the state in the view model, and hopefully we can reuse the composable in other places without having too much state in it or any state in it. Hi, Anto. Must have Android dev tools. Well, what we are using here is basically just plain Android Studio, and we are using the Bumblebee or the Canary, something that is not the latest beta, I guess, because the beta was a bit broken for this episode. So I usually use the Canary version, and it works fine. And again, Mark. Yes, I think we disabled the angry bot, so
Did
I'm
we?
pretty sure that you can. Did we? I don't know. I mean, this was basically a test. Everything is a test. I just want to.
I think we meant to, but
Um,
I don't know if we did. Maybe.
yeah. Okay. Let's try to keep it lowercase then.
Yeah.
So
Let us
we
not upset the
I just
machines.
Yeah, the machine. I mean, the overlord, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
eventually they are gonna rise, Mark. Eventually they are gonna rise, and keep it lowercase. So
Yeah,
we,
it's
when
for your own
Skynet
good.
is going, yeah, when Skynet is gonna rule everything, we probably are gonna die as last people. Let's keep it quiet. So I
Okay.
mean,
So I have done some basic changes while you were recapping.
mhm.
What I've done
Okay. So what do we
is
have?
I've moved the state to a parameter.
Hmm.
So instead of having a mutable state here, as we used to do, so we used to have a list that
Hmm.
is just a list of booleans. And now I've moved it as a parameter, and it takes a map
I
of
like
weekdays to booleans. And
I like the types.
I have also changed. Well, now we check whether something is checked by getting the item from the map and also making sure it's not null, because like if this is null, we have forgotten to put a day in the map, which is bad.
Hmm.
Um, so I'd rather have
Yeah.
the app crash. And also now, because we are hoisting the state, we're also hoisting the callbacks when the state change. So instead of directly setting the state here, because the state is not owned by this composable anymore, we are calling the callback on day checked change, where we pass the day and the new checked value. Now, I've only done this. Now it's time to go where this stuff is used. Uh, First of all, this one. So this is the preview, and I think I will just do this. I'll create a map from that because I'm lazy. So to fix the preview, we have to, well, doesn't really need any actual callback, but the days is weekdays dot, come on. I think Andrew Studio is being particularly slow today.
I know. Probably you don't need the S. Did you rename it in weekday?
Ah, you're right. You're right. You are a wise person.
Well, I just remembered names.
Well, I don't, clearly,
Um,
so there's that.
Teamwork. That's what we do. That's why we do pair programming. Plus, we have people in chat. So, I mean, even
Yeah.
if it's very hot, I hope that people like Mark and Aurelio and Bo and every other that is following us, they're gonna suggest things eventually.
Okay. And now we have our preview that should work again. Technically, we can already check if that works. Well, we can't because it's red, but we will eventually be able to. And now we need to, oh, it works, and it works anyway. That's nice.
Oh.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, this is fine. Preview will not
Nice. The
update while your
preview.
project contains syntax errors. Stop shaming me for my bad code, Android Studio.
Come on. Okay, that's so passive aggressive. I love it. I love the copy. I mean, wow, that's a lot of passive aggressive thing. Well, man, as long as you have errors, we can't actually give you a preview. So, I mean, if only you had no errors in your code, right?
Right.
Um,
So
so
I need to
not enough
get,
information. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I need to pass
Types.
the type. Yeah, okay. So now we can, I don't know if this works, but it should work. This
Mm-hmm.
is the way to fetch the view model for the current composable. And I think under the hood, it's doing some weird
Well,
shit.
it's using Hilt, right? I mean, it's supposed to get the view
Mm,
model factory from Hilt.
is it though?
Well, I mean, this is getting the default view model factory, but Hilt is injecting itself as the
Oh,
default
okay. Okay.
view model. So it should work. I mean, we have view models in other screens, so we can even look it up eventually.
Fair enough.
But this should be the cool Hilt thingy. by view models. Okay, so yeah, that was close enough.
Okay.
So Mark is suggesting to use by view models. Okay, fair enough. By view models. Okay, view models. Does it
Uh,
exist?
does it need some extra?
No, I mean, you definitely need a type, but probably is that the name of the function?
Oh, by
Or it's just view model and compose. Okay, okay,
yeah, because it's a composable, so I thought that was the right
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's the first time I
Yeah, yeah.
use it, so. Uh,
Go.
okay, so now we need the
So
active
basic.
days
Hmm,
and the
yeah.
callback, right?
Yes. So from a view model, basically the whole compose thing looks like a bit of model view intent, kind of unidirectional data flow. So what we get from the view model is usually we subscribe to a state and we send events to the view model. So that's the idea. From a composable point of view, I just subscribe, I observe states. So I wait for whatever I need. In our case, is the list of days. And if you have things like a button click or some, scroll event or whatever that your composable is actually catching from UI point of view, from a user interaction point of view, those are the events that we are going to send to the view model. So view models gets events and generates states. And from a composable point of view, the composable observes the states and catches the events and sends the events to the view model. So that's the
Yep.
loop basically.
So I think the easiest thing to do is to declare the two things on the view model. So we can start maybe with the callback. Okay, and then we still need to do that. Yes, this is internal. Okay, so weekday is then this is set. And now we need to create this property. And I'm thinking, well, that should be a state. So this should be flow.
Well, you can do it with a flow, you can do it with a live data. I think we have the flow one already there. I mean, yeah, we can use the flow. The compose infrastructure already has extension function on basically everything. So if you're using live data, there is an observe as state for the live data. If you have a flow, you can use basically another extension function that does the same thing, converts the
Mm-hmm.
the Kotlin flow to a compose state. So they already took care of everything. So we can pick the technology that we want. Usually mutable state flow, it should be okay for what we need. Plus Kotlins and plus simplification, so fewer libraries, like if we can work without the live data, let's work without the live data.
Mark is saying view model is useful if you're not handling configuration changes yourself, but if your activity isn't restarted on config changes, then you can use any stakeholder bound to the activity lifecycle. Right now, I think we are. Like, we haven't locked activity to, for example, to portrait, although probably, given we don't really have the designs for landscape, it might make sense, but we're still in
Yet.
the early days. But I would like to make sure that we can eventually handle configuration changes. Maybe because we want to support foldables, maybe because I don't know, anything really. So I want to kind of learn how to do it properly more than just put the state somewhere like we had before and leave it there. In this case, I think that the mutable state flow is good because for us, we can get the initial value from the preference storage. And then whenever we change it, we can do, let's see. this is actually, yeah, so let's do the same thing that we do for the crash reporting. And this will start with an empty list. Oh, no, sorry, empty map of weekday to Boolean. And then somewhere we need to write the code to serialize and deserialize, maybe to a string for now. And then we can make it, when we move to data store, we can actually serialize and deserialize the structured data. But for now, we'll have to store it in the shared preferences, which is going to be a bit icky, but that's kind of the point. We want to make it icky so that it makes sense to upgrade to data store in I don't know, 10 days, in two
Few weeks, a
Wednesdays.
couple of weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do, like, in the scope, we do the same thing that we are doing here. Maybe this can even be in line because it's a fairly simple one. And days schedule emit, and we emit the reference storage dot get schedule active days. And we will need to write that. That's okay. But the idea is that
Mm-hmm.
we are doing essentially the same thing that we were doing for Crashlytics, but just for the active day. And maybe we can do day.name active changed, and then this is active. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now this
We don't
is,
need that.
yeah, we don't need this. The Yeah, we need to create a new value and emit the new value. So this is gonna be set, what the fuck was the name that I put? Schedule active days. Mark is pointing out that Android view model is not the same as MVVM view model. Indeed, the fact that the Android view model is called view model is supremely misleading because it's more of a presenter than a view model.
Yeah.
And that's a discussion I've had multiple times over the years. I think the Android view models are really nice. Like, it's very good to have a good way to do presenters and stuff like that. But the fact that they were called view models, that was a terrible idea.
It was a bit confusing. So
Yeah,
we have a
especially for
question
people
why
that
I
were
don't
already used to. Go
Yeah.
for it. Go for it.
Oh, sorry. Because we have I don't understand why we use a map. Could we use a data class? Well, actually, we are using a data class that's the weekday as key, and we are using the value. The Boolean has a value. So basically, we want to know which of the weekday is active. So as a key, we use the weekday, so we can check with, being a map, we can ask, what's the value for Thursday, and we are gonna get true. And that's why we are using a map. So you have like a key value kind of mini storage in memory, and that's how you can pass the whole information around, and then we store it. So basically, we have on the left we have all the weekdays, and on the right we have the booleans that they are representing is active or is not active. So you will have like Monday through Tuesday through, and then so you can basically have the information. It's just a key value thing. So we are reusing the data class that we have, and we are pairing it with a Boolean that maps properly the state, because we only have two states, true and false. So that's enough to properly model the data.
Why? Oh, right. I'm a silly. This should be well, no, not a mutable one. An empty is fine, but to
Having
mutable map.
having the data that we pass around as a list, as a map, sorry, it also plays a nice advantage when it comes to storing the data, because also we are using shared preferences that are basically key value thing. So we can work out also the storage probably in a smooth way. We need to see, okay, or we can probably use something in the weekday as key for the shared preferences. I can't remember the type. Is it just a enum, or is not a class, right? Weekdays is just an enum. So
Weekdays
we can use
is
the
an enum. Yeah, you're right.
okay. So we basically don't have a data class. We have an enum and a boolean. So we can use probably the ordinal as a key, and the value
Yeah,
has
or even
the
just a
boolean has a
name,
value.
but because
Yeah,
it's
even
better to
even
break
what
when you don't find something with the right name than to use the wrong
yeah,
ordinal because something has changed and you don't realize it. Say for
anything that
whatever
it can
reason we
be.
decided to change to swap the to swap the names or to swap like Monday and Tuesday. And
Yeah,
if you use the ordinals that would break, but if you use the names then as long as we don't
well,
rename Monday to even day, then
well,
we're
I
fine.
mean, that's also something that we can think about. Let's brainstorming later, maybe. But jokes aside, whatever we can turn into string, basically, and whatever we can turn back to an enum, it's fair game. So I guess the enum name is gonna be enough.
Okay, so we need to provide this spend fun, guest schedule, active days, which we need to implement down here. Implement. Okay. So this would be storage dot edit dot
No, we are reading, so there
put.
is no edit, I guess.
All right. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I was going with the writing one, but it doesn't
No,
really.
I mean, if you are building the getter, are you building the getter or the setter? The getter.
The getter now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
I was
super.
thinking for now, we just put stuff in a string. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
make it, I don't know, comma separated um, values where you have name equals value, like true or false.
Okay.
So that should be fairly easy to both generate and parse.
Oh well. Okay. I mean, you can use all. You can read everything and just parse them separately.
What do you mean?
I mean, if you there is a all property on the storage. It gives you back a map.
Yes, but
And
it's not what I
basic.
want.
Okay.
Like I want one
Because I saw
string that
the
contains all the schedule, not 7 strings, right?
because I saw that you were returning a map of weekday boolean, so I thought that you wanted them separately.
I will read the string and parse it into a map. And
Ah,
when I store it, I
okay,
will
super.
go from the map to the string. And yes, Mark,
Okay.
data store would indeed help here. As I mentioned earlier, we're making it badly so that we can see how much better it gets when we use data store. We are planning to do the migration to data store on the 30th with our secret guest that we'll announce on Wednesday, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, come see us on Wednesday and see who's the mysterious guest.
Ha-
Are we
Hang in
hyping
there,
them up?
Mark. Yeah, yeah, that's what we do, right? I mean,
Yeah.
make it work, make it nicer. So
Okay, so that we have keys dot day schedule, and now we need to create the string from there. So I don't know if we want to do a separate. Yeah, maybe let's do a separate thing where. Also, I'm not 100% on board with the storage. Like the storage package contains both preferences and database, and that's really confusing. So I would like to split them out, but maybe we'll do it later. For now, let's keep it all in one place, and then we can use preferences schedule here, where the weekday is, and we can create the parser and like the serialization and deserialization here. I mean, the most obvious thing to do would be to use Kotlin serialization and read and write the JSON, but putting a JSON in an XML file because shared preferences are XML, it's a very bloody stupid idea. Don't do that. It's a terrible idea. It can break in so many ways.
Don't JSON shame.
No, it's just it's gonna break. Eventually,
fragile.
It's gonna break.
It's fragile.
It's the point is you're putting something that has that can emit values that are going to break your XML. So there's that. Like that's the big problem with putting JSON in there. Besides the fact that if you put a ton of data in the XML, reading and saving the preferences is going to be super slow. So that's also not great.
So that's why I wanted to save them, separately, like key value, key value, key value. So that would be
Mark,
fast.
Mark, yes, I think you do know the secret mysterious guest. I know you can be trusted with your silence. You better be. And then Hugo saying he's seeing that crap all the time. Sorry, Hugo. I know. I've seen it as well. That's why I'm saying it. Aureliano is asking about serialize versus parcelize. We're going to use neither of them. But generally speaking, parcelables are more meant to be kept in memory because their serialization schema is not stable. So you can change that in time, and you can still serialize a parcelable, but it's generally not a great idea. Also because, as we have seen with notifications, they can contain reference to other processes and binders, and that cannot be serialized in any way because obviously it only makes sense at runtime. Hugo's saying with data store you can set up a serializer that serializes to JSON, which is cool. Yes, although I think we'll at that point just use the built-in serializer, which is proto-buffers, which are faster than JSON and also keep type safety. Mark is saying it's worth mentioning that you have architected things so they can swap out shared preferences for data stores without consumers knowing about the change. Yes, that's actually something that I think even mentioned when he wrote the interface. Maybe even you can expand on that a bit more.
Yeah, so we had the plan to migrate to data store, and also we wanted to show how you can build a system to be it's so-called persistence ignorance. So you build your whole domain, your whole business logic in a way that you don't really care how you store the data. Okay, so there is basically the whole infrastructure, the whole code that you are writing, your business logic is just working with an interface. So basically, you are programming against a contract, and the contract is what we have as preference storage. Fancy word is basically an interface. So the interface is what the view model, for instance, so everybody in our code base sees. Nobody knows actually that we are using shared preferences. The only piece of code that knows that we are using shared preferences is at the moment, and it will always be in a well-architectured and a well-structured code base. It's just the dependency injection or the dependency management framework that you are using. Basically, the single entity that takes the interface and pairs it with the actual implementation, and that's it. So in our case, Hilt, or if you're using Coin, is the same thing. That's the only place where you actually, there is somebody, I say somebody, but it's actually it's just an entity, like a piece of code that knows that that interface is actually built or implemented using shared preferences. When you build your system like this, the moment you invite your secret, cool, super duper guest to introduce data store in your code base, they are just gonna swap the implementation based on share preferences, build the implementation based on data store according to the interface that you already have. Press the run button, bam. The dependency injection does what it does, has a job, replace the implementation, and we are good to go. Nobody has to know that we switched from shared preferences to data store. With this approach, you could actually replace the storage with everything. And that's why it's persistent ignorance, because our system doesn't know anything about how we store the data. The only thing that it knows is that, well, there is a get method, there is a set method, or like a load store, whatever, read crashlytics, store crashlytics. That's the only thing that the system cares about. If you want to put data store, if you want to put share preferences, if you want to put room database, if you want to put Firebase store, and you're saving a string in a server in Frankfurt, your code base doesn't really care. As long as the contract is satisfied, that the implementation is built according to the interface that you build, you're good to go. Everything is suspendable, as we saw, because we are doing input output, and that's it. Basically, we are giving the consumer every information that they need to use the storage, and they don't have to know how we implemented it. So that's the great part.
Indeed. Indeed.
Plus, if we ever want to write tests, having an interface is gonna also help us to mock the storage. So, it's a win-win-win-win-win situation.
So I need to add JUnit so we can maybe write a couple of tests, like very simple tests.
Well, I mean,
given we're talking about it.
I would just mention it. That was
You're
super
welcome.
nice.
Okay, so we need to enable JUnit 5, and then we need to add the test implementation. And I think that's libs dot. Oh yeah, I need to sync. Now it's gonna complain because this is broken. Yeah, I know. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Also, I'm not 100% sure that I put the right dependencies there, but I think they're the right ones. So this is libs dot junit dot jupyter dot API, and then there's test runtime. It's test runtime only, maybe. Okay, which is the engine. This should be correct, although we'll figure out soon whether it is or not. What? It's not. Yay!
Where are you? Well, I mean, probably we need. So there is a plugin that we need to use for JUnit 5. I guess there is like a JUnit Android plugin.
No, you don't need that. Like you literally you need to
anymore?
enable it like this.
Okay.
And then it's test implementation, API, and test runtime only the engine. Yeah, that's correct. Why is this?
Are you sure? Because there is something with Android about JUnit 5. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but this is not an Android test. You don't need the Android stuff, right?
No, I mean when you're running it in an Android environment. Well, I mean probably I'm remembering things wrong.
So testing library JUnit 5 class name is this. I don't know. I haven't done it. Guys, come on. Sorry, I was reading the stuff they're writing on the chat. I won't repeat it. Yep. rewrite. Yeah, it doesn't change
The
anything, but I should be
trolls.
able to do test. Then fun should whatever. So why does this not pick up the annotation? Womp womp womp. Yoop,
Let
yoop, yoop, yoop. Um,
me check.
this implementation is JUnit Jupyter API and engine. That's correct. Was it? Just double checking. Test runtime only. Yeah, that's right. Why is this not picking it
Yeah,
up?
there is an Android JUnit 5 plugin. I remember that, but I don't know. I mean, this is, yeah, I mean, it's still maintained, so I'm pretty sure that there's something that we need with Android.
Do we need
And then
this
something relate.
on top?
Yeah, I mean, that's something that this is what I remember, that there was something with Android Gradle plugin that was necessary to run the JUnit things.
This is bullshit. Sorry, I'm
I
just
think,
used to using JUnit normal in non-Android projects, and you
yeah,
don't
I
need
mean,
any weird
so
whatevers.
that's, yeah, but that's unfortunately, I think that's something that we need. So, or not. So let's see. This is something that I remember. So that's why I'm suggesting.
Little plugins, JUnit 5, and it's 1711. Okay, and this is Gradle plugin. Okay, and I will need to put that in the root thingy.
Yeah, I mean, Aurelio is asking you, generally you get the JUnit libraries for free when you create an Android or like a Java, Kotlin, whatever project. Yes, usually you get JUnit 4. So Sebastiano wants to use the 5, JUnit 5, because there's more fancy stuff. Well, plus
Hey,
there's the, no, plus
it's,
there is it's the latest version, so why bother?
I
But I
mean,
think that it needs like a tweak to work on with Android. So
so I need
no
to
no
add
big deal.
that and
Just
add this, and that would ideally work. But like the thing I don't understand is that it's not, it wasn't even, the problem wasn't that it wasn't running them. The problem was that it wasn't picking up the dependency, which is weird.
yeah, I think there is something in the class path that it's like broken. So that's what the plugin I think is doing some fancy things just to make it happen. So
Let's see. Let's see, let's
fingers
see, let's
crossed.
see. If it picks up the test annotation, that would be good. Do we need to do anything else? API and engine, fine. We don't need this now, and we don't need this. So we should be okay. Let's see if I can import this. No. Or dot JUnit dot I don't remember. Runner? No, whatever.
No, it should be just
Like,
there.
why is not picking up test, the test annotation? Fucking hell. This is weird.
Where are you? I mean, what's the package? App
Uh,
main dev.
it doesn't matter. We have one module. It's not like
No, I
there's.
mean there is like is it like a test folder or some sort? I mean, do we
Oh,
are we
that's
in a test environment?
why. You're right. For some
Yeah, just
reason, because it did ask me if I want to create a test source set, and I said yes, and I assumed that it did. Turns out it did not.
supposition is the mother of all fucks up. I
Yep.
mean,
Yep.
there's
Pretty
so
much.
much
Pretty
wisdom
much.
in Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal, such a wise person. But also this happened to me like too many times, Sebastiano. I just, yeah. It was more like, have you checked the folder? And there's
It happened to me a few times, but clearly not enough. Clearly not
no, no,
enough. And I will check now
don't bother.
if I can not use the no, I didn't mean to do that. If I cannot apply the extra plugin because it should not be needed.
The plugin.
Yeah, it shouldn't be needed.
I'm not always okay. Go for
But
it. No,
we'll see.
I'm not always right. I'm fairly experienced, but I'm mostly wrong.
And by
Fair
being
enough.
wrong,
And
you learn how to do the right thing, right?
yeah, that's the thing. That's how you learn it.
Yeah.
When you are wrong, basically, oh, look at
Ah,
that. When you're
fuck you, Android
wrong, you
Studio.
you learn, right?
You lied to me.
uh, let's go. You can also. This is a JUnit test, so you can
Yeah,
you can use the fancy backtick thingy.
I can be a human being and
But
use spaces and
but
backticks and stuff.
but actually, am I wrong that there was initial support for the backtick also on Android tests
I think
at
the
some point? Did
problem
I?
is that like the reason you cannot use the isn't the backticks aren't the problem. The problem are the spaces because the Android runtime and Dalvik bytecode don't support spaces in the identifiers, and that was the problem.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if they have fixed that.
It's the backtick. No, it's the space.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But
Also,
there was something at some point.
I just realized that I probably want to do. Do I have a yes? Nice. Live templates, they're the best.
Hashtag lazy people.
No, it's hashtag smart people.
I see what you did there.
Should throw an error when the map is empty. So we can say that, oh, also, I just realized we don't have a nice assertions library. Where is my assert K? Assert K.
Nice.
Doop 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 doop. Let's add that very quickly.
Oh, but this is the package search plugin, the shitty one that you wrote.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
quoting.
the old one.
Okay.
The new one is much nicer, but
Actually,
one day.
it is not released yet.
No, it is released, but in the
Okay.
IntelliJ 21 2021.2
Okay.
EAP,
Okay.
which means in Android Studio 5
Yes,
point whatever.
Yeah, Android Studio never built the. Okay, so you have it in the nightly build of IntelliJ, and you have it in the Android Studio never build.
I mean,
Fair enough.
some point down the line, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Later this
like
year.
the thing is, it's bundled in IntelliJ, but we don't decide which plugins are bundled in Android Studio. So I don't know if it's ever going to be bundled in Android Studio. Maybe not.
Fair enough.
It's not
Fair
up to
enough.
me to decide that. The code is there if they want to put it in, but otherwise it won't. Very simply.
Fair enough.
Okay, and I need to add another test implementation, which is assert k sync, and this should work. Yeah, I mean this kind of like the search part works, but this part here to add stuff to your that doesn't work. Also looks like shit.
Okay.
Hey, it's partly my code. I can be partly mean to it.
No. Yeah, no. I appreciate your being frank.
Yeah.
That's super honest.
So now I can do assert that whatever the fuck the name was, they schedule serializer dot serialize the string, and then I put an empty map. Well, actually, is failure is instance of illegal argument exception. Not codes, class. Okay, so yeah, we don't have any logic yet, but I just like this is an easy one to to do. So maybe we can start to do that. So require schedule dot is not empty, and this is going to be the schedule must not be empty. And do. And also, yes, this needs to return something. Return an empty string for now. Okay, and we can run the test. And obviously,
make it fail.
Yeah, it's failing.
Make it pass.
Type safe dependency accessors is an no wait.
Why not?
Task with name test not found in project app. What?
Where are you?
Verification.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you?
I mean,
can you open a terminal and do like just Gradle test? What do you get?
I don't know why it's complaining. Honestly, I have no clue. It's.
Do we have just as a curiosity? If you explode the project tab,
I think
does it?
I know that like this might be the problem.
Okay.
I think maybe like this is not gonna work now. Tests are not gonna run, but it shouldn't fail at least. Probably because it might be a timing issue where it's looking for test, but yeah, also this whatever. But yeah, it wasn't failing very early at least. It wasn't failing at configuration time at least. But it's not gonna run the test now because obviously there's not much to
Type
run.
mismatch.
Yeah. This
have a compilation error somewhere. Okay.
What is this? Yeah, this one's the value. Well,
what was it?
Collect a state should work. Well,
you need to place it in a variable.
Yeah. I can do create a variable, and this is by. And what do you want from me? Import.
You need the import.
Okay, good.
Broken import. What was it? Oh, how did you fix it?
It did ask me to add the import.
Okay, so this version has the fix.
Well, no, this is the same version we were running last week. It's just sometimes it doesn't know.
Oh, it figures it out. Okay.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, I guess. That's the...
Mark, how are you running the UI tests like in JUnit test or like Espresso tests?
Okay, we need to create the default value here, but and this is val row value, and then we return the schedule serializer dot deserialize from string row value. Sorry, so it will eventually compile, and then we can run our things. What do you want?
Nullable.
Nullable. Does whatever a nullable does.
Okay, so they as at the moment they run on the emulator, but they are gonna go down to the JVM. That's good. That's good. Nice.
Well, might as well do this. So if that's null, we do this, but to do default, I cannot type today. Default value here, and I think the
Hit.
default value we can still use the serializer to create the default value from a known thing.
Mm,
So it's more robust than putting the actual string here. But that should be fairly simple to do once we get there. So let's see if it's running now. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But I don't know if the test actually. Well, we have an extra plugin there that probably makes it run. But the thing is, I didn't see any test run in the log. So if I do run, does it actually?
yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's good. So we
Yeah,
don't
mate.
need this because
But is
probably
it
the plugin does it for us. So
okay?
whatever,
Fair
that's
enough.
fine.
But
Plugin,
is it
you have earned
so
the
is it
right to be
is it
there.
but is it okay? That's good. But I'm questioning. Is it supposed to pass or fail the test?
This is supposed to pass because we are
Okay.
checking. It should throw an error when the map is empty, and
Ah, okay. It's failure. You are
yeah,
actually okay. Super, super,
yeah, yeah,
super.
yeah. That's the very nice thing about assert K is that you can easily check for failures, and you can do very cool things. I really like the API in assert K, and
Hmm.
writing custom assertions is also quite easy. So you can have meaningful errors and more readable tests instead of doing assert that something dot something dot something dot something is equal to whatever. You can just do assert
Mm,
that something dot has whatever, and you
mm,
are
mm, mm.
clearly writing what you want. So yeah,
Okay.
it's a really nice
I have a
library.
little experience. I have a little experience. I know the library, but I'm mostly doing the equals to
Mm,
or contains to,
you
but
can level up.
never. Uh, well, I could definitely level. I mean, I can level up about everything. But yeah, let's hope that we can see some example here, so I can use it on Monday.
So the tests are going to be very trivial because I don't want to spend the whole time today writing them. But it's just to give you an idea of how things would work if we were doing it, properly. So let's say for now we're just doing this is our schedule. This is gonna be a map off, and this is weekday dot Monday to true, and weekday dot Friday to true, or to false, just to make sure. And here is equal to, and then we said something like Monday equals true, Friday equals false. Okay, so let's write the serialization thing. It should be fairly easy, to be honest. We can
Mm-hmm.
do schedule dot entries dot
Mm-hmm.
join to
Dot.
string,
Mm,
and
okay.
the separator is actually comma, just a comma.
Mm-hmm.
And we map the values by having key. No, what was it? Oh yeah, it's it dot key dot name equals, and then we have
There's a value, I
it
guess.
dot value. Yeah, That's our serializer done. Let's see if the tests
Ship
work.
it. Ship it.
Woof woof.
Okay, it works.
Cool.
Can you put instead of Monday, can you put Friday, please?
Here?
I just want to see the test fail.
Sure. It's going to fail though.
Okay, super. Thanks. Thanks for your patience.
It's all right. Okay, let's write the tests for the deserializer and do the same thing. So deserialize should throw an error when the string is blank, just like
Fair
that.
enough.
Also, I just realized we don't need this parenthesis, so remove unnecessary parenthesis and remove unnecessary parenthesis. Good. Remove and remove. Okay, good. So this is deserialized from string, and this is blank string. That's a failure. That's an illegal argument exception. That's fine. Should create a valid map from an empty string. And we'll see, this is the thing we want to get, and this is the value here, and we just call it row schedule, and this is the serialized from string. So if we run this, this is going to be red, but we can, well, pretty much copy this. So expected to be instance of, well, yeah, obviously this is now what to do. So that first test is going to fail. Actually, let me call this row schedule for consistency. Is not blank. Okay, the row schedule must not be blank. Perfect. And now we have return row schedule dot split, and we split by is there a char? Yes, just by this dot map. So now we have the couples, and now we can do,
yeah, but you need to split it again, right?
Yep. So we can do it dot split by equals. Yeah. By equals, and then we need to do map again, and now we have the, well,
I guess you have first and last, I guess.
Okay, and now we have this is entry parts, because now it's an array of things.
You cannot destructure things there, right? With a list.
I can technically, probably I need to check, but what I wanted to do first was to make sure that the parts are 2. And this would be something else that we need to test, but not right now. But the idea is that entry with invalid number of parts. Actually, this would probably make more sense here. Like this, entry parts here, and I will move this here. Okay. So that we check it here, and we can just, put in the error the actual entry.
The size or whatever.
Oh, okay, good.
Entry parts or entry? Oh, no, entry.
No, the whole entry.
I see.
Because it might not contain anything or whatever. Also, in our case, okay, fine. We're not skipping empty items or anything. It's okay, because we're gonna throw this in the sink in 10 days anyway, so it's fine to make it good enough. Okay, so we have the parts, and now we have 2 parts. So val day name is entry parts dot first, and val day active is entry parts dot last, because we know the size is 2, so it's fine. And then we have to do we need to return a
map,
a pair. So this would
Yeah, I
be
need just
weekday dot value of, I think,
value of yeah,
day name
value of, and then the name, I guess,
to day name day active to boolean strict, actually, to be specific,
Okay.
because I wanted
So
to
what
fail.
does it do?
Well, the difference is that
Takes a string.
It says true if it's true and false if it's false, and if it's neither, it throws an exception.
Blows up.
Yeah,
The
because the default is
lenient version gives you a null. Okay, I see.
Actually,
Right.
to boolean doesn't give you a nullable, but it returns false if the string is not true. So if the string is banana, it tells you false, but I want it to blow up if the string is banana, for example.
It is a fallback. Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough.
Done. Let's run our tests and see if we have fucked it up. Well, if I have fucked it up. Yeah, no, it works. Good. Even we have coverage. We have test coverage now. It's 0% probably, but better than nothing.
This started as, let's do some state hoisting, and now we have code coverage. That's perfect. I mean, that escalated quickly. I love it. Strict.
So I'm gonna create the default schedule here. So, well, private val default days schedule, and this is, let me see if I still have it in the, yes.
Go report.
Yeah, I still have this. So I can do weekday.value.
The close enough version.
Yeah, but now I don't need the spread anymore, so that's fine.
Okay.
Map, and this is it to true dot to map. Okay, this is fine. And actually, I just realized that I don't have the hints, the type hints, for some reason. So
yeah, because you downgraded the thing.
Yeah, I think it just went like, nah.
Yeah, the default is off, and I don't understand why, but
it's very noisy.
Do you have the camel humps thingy enabled? Nope.
Yeah, I do.
No. Okay, super.
So they schedule serializer dot serialize to string default day schedule. Okay, so we have the default there in case there's nothing set in the preferences, and that's fine. And this is the read thing, and now we need to create the write, which is going to be easier though, because we have done most of the work already. And this is schedule. Okay, well, maybe I can call this days schedule. Okay. And I need to override it, implement it, yes. And this is going to be storage dot edit dot put string keys,
don't forget
the schedule, and then we need to use the serializer. Sorry, you were saying?
I just realized we don't have the dispatchers yet on these two functions. If you go to the implementation, you are missing with yeah. I mean, it's just good habit. It's not that gonna be, like crazy, whatever, but it's a good
Yeah,
habit.
no, you're absolutely right. Ooh.
Oh, ciao, Riccardo.
Ciao Riccardo e grazie.
Th- Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I don't need the return anymore. And this is return type is editor. No, no. This is Boolean.
Just yes, thank you, Aurelio, for taking care of my health.
I shall do that as well.
Uh, Actually, I need more water. This thing is. So I
If you
do you
throw
remember
it to
that?
your dog, does Spike bring it back with water inside, or does it just run away with it?
No, it's a Labrador. They just retrieve. It's not a
So brings
it's
it
not a
back.
service dog.
It's full of
Yeah, no,
saliva
it's
though
not.
now.
Probably just gonna chew on it and yeah.
I'll
But
retrieve it
now
for myself.
yes, most probably yes.
Okay, so I think this could work. Oh wait, I was running
Do
the
you have like
wrong thing.
do you have a log somewhere just for the sake of seeing, oh, we stored it, or we didn't store it?
I
But I
think.
remember there was like a shared preferences kind of editor in Android Studio, or I'm just remembering shit that never happened.
I think there is, and I
It
think
was
they
just in
moved
my
it
mind.
to up inspection, maybe, or maybe they didn't. No, there's only work and database here, but I don't know. Like I
Whatever.
seem to remember
I
there
remember.
was,
I
but
remember. I don't remember if it was a plugin that somebody wrote or there was
yeah,
something in
maybe it
Android
was a
Studio, but
plugin. I'm not
I
sure,
don't know.
but it would be super
I usually
convenient.
just use
I oh
the.
maybe it was
Uh,
what's the name of the freaking thing? Stato.
I
It was
well,
Stato, I think.
it was the Facebook thing, but
Yeah,
actually
yeah, yeah.
nowadays I just use the device explorer in IntelliJ and I just open the XML file, but that's
Yeah,
a bit
that also works,
cumbersome.
but yeah.
It's not,
But there's also the thing that
and I don't think there is.
I know it works for everyone, but for whatever reason, the successor to Stato, which is called Flipper, something like that, something stupid like that, it never
Oh,
works for me. Like it never, ever worked, ever once.
I didn't even know there was something after Stato. I stopped use it a few years ago. So sorry. Okay, let's look it up.
What is this
Um,
complaining
oh,
about? Oh yeah, I need to make this return Boolean. Okay. You are correct, compiler, this time. But don't
you
get
have
too
to be
used
grateful
to
that we have
it.
a compiler. You have
Yeah,
to
I
be
know.
grateful, Sebastiano. There are
I am.
people that they don't have compilers. Think
I
about that.
know. I know. That's
People
sad.
that don't compile. People that don't compile. How do you live that like that? How do you live like that? So you need to be grateful.
Okay, yeah. Seems to be working. Well, it's calling the thing anyway. So, victory.
Yep,
It's calling the thing, so
victory.
it's doing the right thing. And
Can you go
theoretically, if I
back?
if I just
Ho
restart the app,
ho! It should
if
be
I
there, right?
yeah, restart app, and yep,
Yeah,
golf clap,
storage.
golf clap. Okay, so we'll commit. I will commit first adding the repair for tests. And then here is, oh, well, technically this was part of that.
I
Okay.
found the two libraries. It's a thing called Flipper. We weren't kidding.
Yeah, yeah.
Like like
Again, it's
the
never
like
worked for me,
the
but
fucking
it
like
looks very nice.
the fucking dolphin.
Yeah, it makes me think of the dolphin as well. It's like it's weird.
But now that I actually think about it, Is it actually the dolphin? Because I watched the thing in Italian. You know how we do
Yeah,
things in
maybe they
Italy. I
renamed
mean,
the
maybe
dolphin.
the original the original version, the dolphin was called, I don't know, Conan the Barbarian kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, it could be anything. So don't. I need to check. Let me check. Dolphin flipper.
I think it's probably right. I don't know.
TV series,
Anyway,
TV show.
while you Google shit, I am going back to hoisting the shit out of
Go for it.
the onboarding. So I think we need to do essentially the same thing, where instead of active days, we have active hours.
Mm-hmm.
Is hours schedule. Of course, that doesn't exist yet, but active hours, and then this is ranges. I think we need to put all the active ranges, because
Okay.
it's not just the one thing that changes, but it's the whole list that
List.
can change. So let's say view model dot on schedule hours changed, and this is ranges. Okay, obviously it's exploding because it doesn't know the type of any of those things, but YOLO.
Types.
YOLO. Okay,
Okay.
so we are doing essentially the same thing. So we need to make this internal, and we need to move it to the with preferences dot schedule. Perfect. So we're moving that there. Add file to Git. Yes, thank you. And here we have a active ranges, and then we'll
Range.
rename it. No,
The list
it's
of
a list of time range,
time
because you
range.
know
Okay.
we have this already.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And yes, this is private. Okay, and then we also need the on active, well, on time ranges change or changed. I don't remember. We'll figure it out.
There was I think it's change, and also there is oh, enjoy Mark.
Oh,
We
enjoy, Mark.
some
Cheers.
there was something in the how to manage state video, you know, the Android developers video, that Florina said something about the
If only we
past
could
tense.
ask her.
Yeah, I mean, those people are unreachable. You know how they are, right? And I
Yeah.
mean, Googlers. I mean, who knows them? And by the way, ciao, ciao, all of you. And yeah, but I think it's change. I can look up the
Fair
video.
enough.
So there was, or at least it was a suggestion. So you can have it. I'm just gonna put the video there again. It's 5 minutes, but it's super nice.
Yeah, it's the one you find on the Compose docs when you open the managing state page. It's just at the top, right?
I guess so. I usually have them on YouTube because
Okay.
um,
Okay.
it's the video playlist that I'm subscribed. You know, the video channel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, if you like this channel, please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, and like the videos and smash the subscribe button, and also ring the
The cringe will
notification bell.
never end. The cringe will never
Yeah,
end.
no. Ring the notification bell for real-time notifications. Yeah. I mean, we are keeping the schedule for so this is a serious moment. Well, just suspend the bullshit for a second. We are gonna keep publishing the videos on YouTube 2 days after the stream at 5 p.m. for Central Europe as usual. So the same time that we go live on Sunday, you're also gonna get the VOD or the video premiere on YouTube. So if you like this this time and you are more like VOD person, just keep looking at the YouTube channel. So 5 p.m. or 8:30 in the evening if you are in Mumbai, or if you are in San Francisco, it's basically a bit earlier in the moment. But that's the schedule. So we want to keep it steady, so you can build a habit. So every Tuesday and every Friday we drop a new video at 5 p.m. So enjoy.
Yep.
You're selling. Yeah, I mean, I just want people enjoying the stream. So don't hate me.
No, who hates you? Nobody should hate you.
It's just it's Mark. It's just because he's getting drunk as usual. And it's.
What do you mean as
I mean,
usual?
it's that time in the afternoon.
Okay, so actually this case is a bit more interesting than the other ones we've seen so far.
Please
Because
expand.
I just realized that I was actually doing the mutation here again, but it doesn't really make too much sense. So sorry, my mom is calling me. She hasn't understood that I am busy.
But
After 2 months, it's still not
you
clear.
cannot, but you cannot be busy for mommy, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
no. Anyway, what I was saying is that we were doing modifications to the time ranges in here and passing the whole thing, but I actually believe that what we need to do is extract the different events. So on add, on remove,
fair enough.
and on change. So this would take like old time range and new time range.
Oh yeah, because you can actually change an existing one.
Yeah.
That's actually accurate.
So on remove time range, and I remove this. Yes, obviously this needs the time range.
Also, I think also the other one. No, on add it's just the
Well,
plus
on
one.
add is plus, you don't know what.
You're
So
clicking the plus,
yeah,
basically.
exactly.
Yeah.
And this one is the change one, which is old and new. And yes, so this would be time range and new time ranges, and this on change time range. Also, this would be new time range and not new time ranges. Okay. Much better. Much better.
Super.
Okie doke. I think this can also be simplified a bit, because if remove, like it can only be removed when, oh, no, sorry, this is assigning it. Ignore me. But maybe the fact that the showing the remove icon is a side effect of this, maybe it's not great. So let's just make it explicit. Can be removed. And this is false by default. Okay, and this is can be removed. And I need to do check not null on removed, and then time range with can be removed equals true requires a on remove callback. Okay, this is fine. I mean, it's not ideal. Ideally, I would probably want to have two separate versions, one that has the button and the other one that doesn't, but for now it's okay.
Well, I
Let's
mean, we need to iterate. We need to iterate on this when we hit the settings. So if you
yeah,
have ideas how to improve, we will have the opportunity.
yeah, I maybe we'll get there. Okay, so this is taking oh yeah, it's exploding because reasons, but I think the preview, yeah, the preview needs also that time ranges. Time ranges is a list of just the one, well, maybe two. So list of, and here we have time range from hour of days like 9 0 0. Well, let's make 8 so we see it's different.
Mm-hmm.
2, and this is 2
Yes, you like
uh
you.
let's do 12.
I think it's complaining about the double O.
Yeah, it's not happy with that. Well,
That's,
sorry if I try to have nice
even if
things.
it's, yeah, that's why we can't have nice things, right? Compilers.
Yeah. Oh well. I
So
mean,
the preview just
theoretically,
empty stuff.
yeah, for now is just all empty whatevers, we don't care. This is fine. Theoretically, the nice
Mhm.
thing about the previews is that if you were actually storing this as a state and you were actually adding and removing things, you could have an interactive preview
Yeah,
that actually works
yeah.
because it's a composable and it's state, but we don't care about making it work. It's okay. So we're just
We are
assuming.
we are actually closer to make it work like for real. So I wouldn't invest time on the preview.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair enough. So this was time ranges and separate lines. Okay, so on add time range, this is view model dot on schedule hours add time range. And we can actually create this, it's fairly easy, but let's do remove first.
First.
Remove, and this is it.
Yep.
And this is change. This is actually on change time
Old and
range, and this
new.
is old and new. And this view model
Mm-hmm.
on schedule hours change time range, and this old and new. New. Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay. So
So
let's
alt
create the
and
property.
alt enter driven development.
Yeah, follow the red. So it's a mutable state flow of an empty list of time range.
Mm-hmm.
Time range. Okay. This. Okay, good. Now we need to do the same thing that we have done for the day schedule. We can do the hour schedule. Dot
Yep.
emit, and this is preferences storage dot, well, get schedule active hours, which obviously doesn't
Hours.
exist yet. And then we need to do the same thing that we do for days, but for schedule hours. Oh, wait, what did we call it? Something else entirely. Whoops. Uh, yeah, let's actually
Alt
do
Alt Enter.
alt enter driven
The
development.
Alt Enter. The Alt Enter driven development. I mean, that's it.
Yep. So maybe add a timber thing, adding time range to schedule, and maybe we can create it here. Well, time range is and then here we can do if, well, no, there's always at least one. So we can do we can do what was our schedules dot value dot last,
Hmm?
and then maybe we can actually start making it a bit nicer. So
Okay.
do like let, and we can
What do you
change
mean
it
nicer?
as in we can create a time range that is after the one that is already there. So we take the last one and we
Ah,
create
okay.
one that starts immediately after.
Oh, fair
And
enough.
for
That's
now, we
actually
won't
cool.
care about the 23 hours and 59 minutes limit, but it's something that you can start adding here. But we will
Yeah.
need to extract this logic somewhere else at some point to
Hmm.
make it work. Maybe on Wednesday we can work on the settings and then we can extract this stuff. But
Yeah.
for now, I think it's okay.
Yeah. Leave it there. I mean. But this goes in the direction that Aurelio was mentioning. If you have a
Exactly.
bit of logic, and that's so we are already working in that direction. That's cool.
Yes. It dot from +1. Actually, I'm fairly uncomfortable with this because
That's
yeah, this kind of sucks. Let me.
plus.
Yeah, the problem
What do
is
you want to
plus
do?
what, so maybe not an operator fun, maybe just a fun. Plus minute in minutes, and this
Do we want
return.
to start using duration? Do we have a duration somewhere
But the problem is
in
this is
the
not a
Java time?
duration. This is not a duration. This is like
Hmm.
time of day, and I don't think there's a time of day thing. Like there's
Oh,
local time,
okay.
but I don't think that there is anything like that because there's local time, and we can ignore other stuff, but yeah, temporal queries. But no, I wouldn't do it today.
Mm.
Let's say this is a to do
Postpone.
for next time. Maybe we make it
Postpone.
better. Yeah. For now, it's
Postpone.
okay. We just want to make sure that val new minutes is this dot minute. Well, it's minute dot minute. Uh, sorry, plus
Yeah.
minutes.
Mark is suggesting instant, but instant. I mean, what it's like the whole. I mean, what's instant? I mean, I can
Instant.
never remember. Does it like a
It's
zone?
it's
No, it
like a
doesn't have a.
time, but instant is also like a date. So that's
Yeah, it's
kind
the
of
whole
the
thing, right?
problem, yeah, because it's a temporal, and the temporal is essentially uh, anything that is time related. So this is time, date, offset, or some combination of those. Um,
I wonder
and
if there is some
there is
Java
like you
time.
can technically use local time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can use local time, but I don't want to do it now.
No, let's postpone.
So the only thing I want to make sure is that if new minutes is bigger than whatever, then we roll over the hour as well. just as an MVP for now. 59. Then we do well, new hours is, so it's, if it's, well, let's make the base case first. Then it is hour, else it's hour plus new minutes and that. Also not entirely sure this is correct. Okay, let's do it like this. So I'll do return, and I will return hour of day of hour and new minutes. Else, and this is going to be the tricky one, this is going to be hour of day of hour plus new minutes modulo 60, right? And then the minutes are new minutes how do you do remain? Oh, fucking, I never remember. Rem is 1 No, I think I'm doing it wrong. Lol.
Okay, let's see. Talk to me.
Yeah, sorry,
you
I'm
want to do?
just getting a bit
Go, just rubber duck. Let's go.
Rubber duck. Yeah,
So
I
what
think
do you want
this
to
is
do?
actually supposed to be an integer division, and this is new minutes reminder 60. Now what is it complaining about? Return type. Okay. No, I think it's correct. It is probably wrong, but it might be okay. It's fine. It's just a placeholder for now, so that is okay. And this is plus minutes 1. So we start from actually the 2. So it's actually not necessary. This is from is equal to the time range. So we need to start 1 minute after the end of the previous one, right? And then end maybe, I don't know, an hour later. So we can do time range plus minutes 60. And now we'll see how wrong I was with my maths.
Well, I mean, we can always do some TDD on Wednesday.
Yeah, but
this stuff is hard. So
yeah, exactly.
I can't do that. I really can't do that. I mean, I don't trust my brain to do this thing. I trust the compiler more.
I would normally do TDD, but I don't want to end up in this stream only being TDD. So
no. But I agree. But we just need to run it and check.
Yep.
Yeah, if you got it right at the first time. So that.
Okay, and that's the value. Okay, so we need to do the val hours. Well, is it our schedule? Value is our schedule dot value dot to mutable list. Okay, perfect. And now we can add things to it. So it's like our schedule value dot add, or actually plus equals time range. Now, technically, we don't need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We can just do this, and this will work. We will eventually
Okay.
have to use, instead of a list, like a smarter container that does all this, crazy shit for us. But
Mm-hmm.
for now, I'll just make a to-do here. To-do switch from list of time range to a
Something a bit
smarter
smarter.
container that knows day boundaries, sorting, etc. Okay. Because then once we have that, we can also expose another value from the view model, which is can we add another range after what we already have? Because if someone is adding
Mm.
a range that ends at midnight, there's no point in
Yeah.
allowing them to add
That
more. But yeah, let's say it's okay.
that would be nice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's fairly easy to do once you have the proper business
Yeah.
logic in place. Schedule active hours, and this is our schedule value, and this is our schedule emit this. Okay, good. Now we have to do the same thing. I will implement the
Storage.
other callbacks later, but I would start with the preferences because that
Mm-hmm.
is easier. What have I done?
Oh, you needed the abstract.
Uh, what?
Uh, I. What happened?
I I don't know.
Try to open the file, or I mean, check the.
Did it
Oh,
did
nice.
it delete it?
So I don't know, but we have a request from the audience, so we need to rename something to Mark.
Oh, uh, it's
So
a
something has to.
variable. Okay, a
Yeah,
variable. Well, a variable is
a
easy.
variable or of. I don't know if we have a. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Boom.
I'll
Oh,
call it Mark's schedule.
Mark.
Oh God, maintaining this is gonna be a bloody nightmare. It's like, why is that Mark's schedule? Oh God, it deleted it. Why did you delete
What do you
it?
mean deleted?
It's gone. The preference file
The
is gone.
I mean Git, Git, get it,
No.
get it, get it from Git.
You see? Android Studio.
Oh,
It likes
what the
deleting
fuck?
shit. Why?
But that's the
I
same.
don't
That's
know.
the same thing that happened the other day. But yeah,
Yep.
with Maya. But why? I
Fuck,
mean,
I know. I have no
yeah,
idea.
that's for sure.
It makes no bloody sense. Our schedule. Horse. Hours.
Or schedule.
It was French.
Ah, sorry. Sorry. I mean, I'm such a
You've lived in France,
peasant.
dude.
Yeah. I lived in France. I think like years, a couple of
In
years, I
Annecy,
guess.
right?
Yeah, but yeah, in Annecy, Lviv actually was the old town. It
It's
was
very
nice.
nice.
I also
It's very nice, Annecy.
I also got a bit of French, but I was working remotely most of the time. Plus, I couldn't. I can order and can be polite as usual, but I don't speak French.
Also, did you know, and this is the did you know time, but did you know that
Yeah.
Annecy is the twin city of Vicenza, which is where I live?
Oh, okay.
So you were
That's
almost
actually.
living in Vicenza, just in the wrong country.
I was like, yeah, your sort of neighbor.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a stretch, but okay.
almost, right?
Uh,
Almost.
Almost. I mean, yeah. Do you also have a lake in Vicenza?
No,
Okay.
but I think it's about
Uh,
jewelry or something. Because
it's about
Vicenza
jewelry.
is
Okay.
famous for the gold and jewelry industry, apparently.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
It's like a very big jewelry and gold fair 2 or 3 times a year.
That's make it rain, my friend.
Yeah. Well, it's a relatively wealthy city.
Not bad, not bad.
Okay, so I think we
Serializers.
need to create our, and by create I mean copy paste our schedule serializer. Yes, and this is a list of time range, and there you go. This is returning that. Okay, so now we have this, and I think,
What can we do with this? This is a list of time range, so
yeah, but this is fairly easy because we can do it dot from
from
uh
that
maybe we
that
need
will
to
be
create like
ID. I mean, we are
no, I
gonna
was going to be
uh,
lazy and have like a fun serial. Well, no, that's shit. I'll do it here.
this is a stop ship live template.
What?
There was a stop ship live template.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
You mean here?
No, it was no. It was like tiny in the other file, probably. Yeah. What's that?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's for when you should really not ship some broken code.
Oh. Okay.
Private
What?
fun hours hour of day dot serialize to string, and this is going to be the hour hour colon minute. Good enough. And then given we are fancy, I'm going to use the proper character, which is not a hyphen, even though in this font it looks the same, but it is an N dash EN dash. Did you know there's different kinds of dashes?
I don't I know, and I'm not sure I wanted to know, but
But
please.
now you do.
Hey, where are
And
you? I can't see any.
I've put it in the chat.
Oh,
So the EN dash, which is
shit.
different from an hyphen. So the hyphen is
Uh-huh.
the minus symbol you normally use. So you can see they're different length and they're used for
Yeah,
different
yeah.
things.
How do you type them?
On macOS, I think it's Command Option something, I forget. So the EN dash on macOS is Option dash, the Option hyphen, and the EM dash is Option Shift hyphen. On Windows, you need an app to do that, which I have here, which is this. And that works. That does it. For some reason, Windows doesn't have an easy way to input that. Probably because nobody uses it. But
okay. I mean, that's just gonna piss off so many colleagues, but okay.
Why?
Because they cannot type it.
Well, there's that app. It's free. Just install it.
Go friction. I like it.
I mean, they can copy paste it.
Yeah, that's definitely something. I mean, making friends at work, right?
Yes.
101. Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Seb, you must be worrying good code today. Mark, I think you mis-sentenced something there. You haven't been swearing much. I mean,
well, I mean, there was the preference storage and disappearing. I mean, there was a bit of
yeah,
weird...
but I didn't swear. Mostly because I kind of expected to happen at this point. I'm
wow,
I'm laughing, but I'm crying inside.
Inside. Okay, I get it. That's a very sad image.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so
right. Yeah.
the entry part. Now,
What happened?
there's a slightly different thing here, which is we have the entry things,
Splitty,
and now,
splitty.
yeah, the entries themselves, they need to be parsed as well. So maybe we can do the same thing, which is like string dot deserialize to hour of day, and this is hour of day. And this is going to be a bit more complicated, but for now, let's just leave it like that and say that this is actually entry parts dot first dot deserialize to hour of day, and the same thing goes for the other one. So 2, and this is last, and oh yeah, it's not a map, it's a list. Okay, what is this complaining about? It's a time range, yes. So I need to map it again. It's a time range of, oh, well, let's be nice, from 2. And this is time range of from 2. Nice. If this continues, I'll have to stop referring to the stream as swearing with the Italians. Fuck you, Mark. Does that
Okay,
work?
that was easy. That
Yep.
was easy.
Yep. I think it's, I like to think it's the beer talking, but I don't know. I don't know. I
The
don't
beer
know.
is definitely the mistyping, but I don't know if I think the attitude is the standard one, but the mistyping is the beer.
Okay, so let's just quickly do this and be like, it's this split, which we don't need that, but this is on the colon. Hour
No
of
cursing.
day.
Oh, you have a lot of
How?
points.
Yeah, well, it watches us a lot. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
something
that's
that
actually
you folks that are watching might be interested in. You can get us to do or not do stuff, depending, by
yes,
using your Italian points. And Mark seems to be on a roll today.
yes.
Does bloody
I
count as cursing? I don't think so.
swear.
No, I don't
I
think so.
don't know. I mean, it sounds pretty polite,
It's pretty British for sure.
pretty British. Yeah, that's like also true.
Okay, so I think it's what, 5 minutes, 3 minutes. I always forget. Let's say it's 5 minutes. So 7:20 my time. I can swear again. Like I wouldn't swear, but now that I know that I cannot do it, I kind of want
That's
to.
the
You
tricky
know, it's
part.
like, "Ugh."
Yeah, that's the tricky part. Yeah,
It's
I'm
knowing
gonna
that you
be.
cannot do it that makes you want to do it.
Uh, I'm right now. I mean, I need to go like full headspace now because I need to be in my happy place. You know that kind of stuff. Uh-huh. I'm just gonna breathe a lot.
Good luck.
Yeah, tell me about it. Uh,
Anyway, I'm almost done with this. So I'm just, it's fairly trivial in this case. It's just a mechanical part of writing this. And we should be, no, not last index, just
mhm.
last. Okay. We
Yeah.
should be fairly done. There are no tests for this.
Well,
Maybe Ivan, you want to write some tests for this? Um,
even if we are throwing them away,
uh,
well, we are legitimately throwing it away like in 10 days.
you're right. Hmm.
I mean, as much as I like testing and as much as I like supporting you in your crusades for quality code, we have a very special guest
Crusade.
just gonna stabbing the stuff to death. So
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're always right. Most of the time.
No.
You're always right sometimes.
Yes, that's accurate.
So we had the default time range was from um
It was
current
9
hour
to 13,
day, yeah,
right?
9-0. Let me and no, well, whatever. 2 hour of day to, let's say, 13-0. Okay,
Yeah,
welcome
no.
to. Sorry.
I mean, we have an announcement, right, for the guest. When are we gonna announce it?
Well, that's in 10 days. We will announce the next guest on Wednesday. That's the agreement
Okay,
we
so.
have. But we don't have any guests for Wednesday, I think. Do we?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
So?
I don't know.
No, no,
I mean, we can just
no, not yet.
always find someone or force someone,
I mean,
but
if any of the audience wants to join us on Wednesday evening, please just let us know.
oh no. Oh no. And it's gone
What did you
again.
do?
No, it's just the file
You
is
do
gone. Like,
what?
yeah,
Don't.
the
I mean, I don't know if we are out of time.
yep, yep. Well, but I cannot swear yet, so I'm not swearing.
Yeah, that's the things. Yes, yes.
Uh,
That's
Mark,
I'm very
that
proud of you for
actually
that.
ended up working very well for you because I would have sworn a lot. That
So,
would have been justified, I feel.
but we need to understand why this thing is happening because that's incredibly weird, I
Yes.
would say, and it could be very time consuming for like non-experienced IntelliJ users, like
Yeah.
recovering the thing from local
But the
history.
thing is, I don't know what it is that causes it. So
Yes,
I have no clue.
thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark. Also, I'm looking at the what time is it? 7, 6,
Mm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fuck!
It was brutal. It was fucking brutal. I mean, that took away so many brain energy. I mean, I feel stupid now because there's so much energy. It's like, I was like, okay, yeah. I mean, thank you, Headspace. That definitely helped. But please don't. We need to remove the thing from the rewards because we cannot trust Mark. I was very happy with the fucking variable thing. Ho ho, let's rename a variable. Oh no, you cannot swear for like 5 minutes. Fuck me. And Sebastiano, that's all. Ivan, let's put the rewards on the Twitch.
I think
Oh,
it's
what could go
fun. I
wrong?
think it's fun. I would actually leave
Yeah,
those, to be honest.
of
Let's
course.
finish this bloody thing so we can get to eat some dinner or some fucking thing like that.
Yeah. Plus, there is the football match. What is this?
Right,
I
I
mean,
have
I'm
no
surprised that
time.
we have. Yeah, but there is actually the thing is already going on. So I'm
Oh,
very
really?
surprised that we still have people on the stream.
Noise.
Yeah.
Well,
I
this is not
mean,
Mark's schedule though. It's a new schedule.
it's Mark. It's just Mark. I mean, you cannot rename it. I mean, he called
No, but
he paid for the variable.
he paid
Oh,
for
that's Mark's
this,
schedule. Okay,
but not
okay,
for
okay,
this.
okay, okay,
Someone
okay,
else might pay
okay.
for
Okay.
that.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this thing is gonna just go so well, so
I
well.
mean, we already like I thought of this because we already have Roberto database and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
The Roberto database is still there, right?
yeah.
Nobody has like the. I mean, I'm not cruel enough to rename the thing, so I was like, no, let's leave it there. I mean, it's a good memory. Is it though? I don't know.
I mean, it is for me. I don't know if it is for Roberto, but
Yeah. By the way, Roberto, happy birthday again.
why?
I don't know. I just remember the fact that we sung. How is it in English? Sung
Sung, yeah.
the past tense. the happy birthday thing, and I was telling my wife, "Oh, yeah, did you? We it was Roberto's birthday. We sang the song live. You know, it was very nice." And she was like, "Even I heard you. It was horrible. Everybody heard you. It was like completely out of tune, completely out of sync. That's so. Is it on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah. Oh, good luck with your career." And I was like, "Oh, thank you. Such a supportive partner." Uh, I'm joking. I love her.
So I need to do the index of thing that we were doing.
Yes. Yeah, that's the
That's fine.
frustration mark. Yeah, it's all about, free will. When you can't actually do things, you just crave them so much that then you snap. Um,
Sorry, I was doing something. I was getting ahead of myself.
please.
So I need to do require because I need to check that the old index is check that
Greater,
the item is actually
smaller.
there. Yeah, so it's
Mm.
trying to remove time range not in schedule. And it is old. Okay, fine. And then we need the, well, we don't need the old index anymore, but now we can do new schedule dot remove. Is this schedule or schedule? I don't know. There's a
I
50%
guess
chance
it's
that I'll pronounce it either way, so YOLO.
mm,
Maybe
pretty sure Mark is gonna say schedule,
I
and
don't know.
probably the
Mark,
rest of the word
I
is gonna be schedule.
I cannot understand is Mark if Mark is complaining or glad that we have been swearing more now. It's hard to
It's
tell.
a 50-50. It's a 50-50 chance. So
Okay, okay.
the cursing ban is very much for angry, but yeah, that I'm
That's fair. That's fair.
give me a break with the fucking boat. I'm gonna just disable it, okay? Just uh,
Task assemble debug
I
not
already
found.
wow. Okay.
Do I dare?
I don't know. What did you oh shit.
I cannot
The
believe it.
fuck?
What the fuck is this? What is going on?
No, I can't. No, no, no. You can revert it. Come on. Did you change? No, no. You can't revert it because you changed it, right?
Yeah, but I
No, but you
what?
you commit.
No,
Do you have?
yeah, I do, but
Where is the thing?
I'm trying to find it. Is this
Oh,
one?
there.
What the
So
fuck
what?
is going on?
Show
Is
difference.
it
Yeah, I deleted
correct?
the
Yeah,
whole
it's correct. So revert.
revert this thing.
I don't
What
even.
happened?
I
What
don't know.
happened? What happened in those other files? Are they legit or they're like gone? No. Okay.
Yeah, this is fine.
Okay. But why this thing is happening? What the fuck is going on?
I
But
have
it's
no
not
clue.
possible that it's just you. You just installed Android Studio, right?
Yep.
I mean, this is like a new instance or something.
Well, essentially. But by the way, it seems to work apart from the fact that we cannot
Just
know because
crashed.
it crashes. But we'll maybe
Okay.
recheck it on Wednesday and we can wrap it up for
Wednesday.
today because we have done a lot of things.
Yep. Yep. Definitely.
Okay, commit. Commit.
Push it.
I just want to run static analysis just in case. Probably not
Mm-hmm.
necessary, but I know me, I probably forgot. Yeah, there you go. There you
What did you
go, some
get?
shit there. And some shit there. Eh, okay. So
Try
I'll just
again.
amend.
Oh, man.
Nobody's seen anything.
No, nobody saw you.
Yep. It's a secret.
Push it.
It's a secret. Okay, cool. Oh, you know what the annoying thing about not being able to use beta 4 is that the tests were failing. Well, now they shouldn't be failing anymore because we have the test. But while we had no tests, the beta 3 is
Mm-hmm.
crashing on the CI.
There was There was
The
you opened an issue, right?
Yeah, because for some reason they when they wrote they changed something from beta 2 to beta 3 in the Android Gradle plugin, and
Mhm.
whoever wrote it assumed that there's always tests in a project, but
I
turns
mean,
out that's
that's
not the
good. I mean,
case. So yeah,
well, because there is the example one. I think that we removed it, right? They
yeah,
probably they
yeah,
thought that you
they
always have the example one.
yeah, the plugin was relying on the fact that the tests output folder is always created, but obviously if you don't have tests,
Mm,
that doesn't happen. Anyway,
fair enough.
now that we have a test, it shouldn't fail on the CI
So
anymore.
just let me, and if I understand correctly,
Yep.
the fact that we have bad programming habits, it turned into, oh, there is a bug in Android Studio.
Yes. Well, in
Okay,
the
that's
Android
that's
Gradle plugin to be
that's
specific, but
okay.
close enough.
So that's how the industry works, basically, right?
Yes, blame it on the tools.
On the blame it on the tools. Okay, okay, fair enough. So this was a good episode. We did a lot of time. We did something unexpected, testing. It was very nice.
Yeah,
Um,
I was getting a bit nervous that we had zero tests in the code, and
hmm,
yeah, maybe like I would like to have some UI tests as well, but I think I've used Espresso once in my life, and I have no idea how to do UI testing
well,
in Android, because it used to be terrible, and
if only we had somebody in the chat that
yeah,
had experience with UI
I was
testing,
gonna
right?
say
That doesn't have, it has a free evening on Wednesday, and he could join us.
yeah, who knows.
I mean, if only, right? It's
Someone that is currently pointing out that maybe the hour of day class is not the right name. I called it hour of day to follow the naming conventions of java.time, which has like day of week and day of month. So I'm just doing the same thing. And to be fair, I would like to replace that with something better at some point. So maybe we can look into replacing it with local time, and we'll see,
yeah,
or something that wraps local time inside, like privately holds that thing so that it can do all the necessary maths without us having to do it.
yeah.
But yeah, I think
If
it's
you
okay
if
for
you
now.
have any suggestion, Mark, you can
You
come
know
on
how to use
Wednesday.
those Italian points.
You can come on Wednesday. Time of day. No, this is we are going off topic. If you want to do it, you have to do it on Wednesday
Yeah.
live with us. So that's, you are not getting out so easily. Yeah, that's so
Hey.
jokes aside, this was good.
Yep.
I like the interaction in the chat. So Mark, feel free to join us, or not. Just keep trolling us. I mean, as you wish. Sebastiano, so on Wednesday we will keep working on this, probably on the setting side. What do you think?
Yes. We will start working on the settings. I think that's ideal, so that for the data store thing, we can actually use them in two places, and that'd be great. Uh, Also, hopefully by then, the time picker library will have released an update to work with beta 9, which will
Also that.
work. So we can test it a bit better in in grubby fingers testing is what I mean.
Yeah.
And also,
Cool.
yeah, don't forget on Wednesday we will announce who the guest is, and yeah, I'm so excited about it. I'm giddy.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yep.
So thank you, everybody. Have a nice evening. Enjoy your Sunday,
Don't
and see
forget
you on
to
Wednesday.
resubscribe with Prime if you haven't done it yet.
Yes.
Sorry even to steal this from you, but
Please enjoy your influencer moment,
and
please.
if you're looking at this stream on YouTube, because you missed the live, well, first of all, it's funnier when you're with us at the live, but if you cannot make it, it's okay. But don't forget to leave a comment saying how nice it is to watch things later on YouTube. I don't know. Just write a comment saying first if that's what you like, because anything drives engagement and makes the YouTube algorithm happy. That's okay by me.
Uh, that's perfect. Perfect. Most of all, enjoy the episodes. Plus, you can watch them like 1.5x, so that's
And you can
easy.
skip ahead when files start disappearing and we don't know what the fuck is going on.
But that's all. That's all the mystery.
That's
That's
so weird.
that's the good
That's so
part.
weird. I
I
have no
don't know.
idea
I mean,
what's
that's
going on.
crazy.
I have no idea.
So
I also have a weird idea on how I
again,
can try to make it. I have a half idea of how I can try and trace who is doing what, which is kind of like a nuclear option, but we'll see. Maybe on Wednesday. Hoping it doesn't happen again, but if it does, I'll try to track it. It's gonna be fun.
out of curiosity, do we know anybody on the Android Studio team that
Yes, but I don't.
we can have it?
Until I understand why, well, when it's happening, because it seems to be random, and I can tell them
Uh,
files are disappearing, but
uh, I mean, but if they are with us on the live stream and
oh,
files are disappearing, you know.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can ask Tor if he can come and debug it with us. I don't know. Live,
Live
yeah.
debugging the tool.
Anyway,
Anyway,
thanks again. Bye, Ivan. Looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday for the big announcement.
ciao Sebastiano and ciao
Ciao.
everybody. Have a nice
Bye
evening.
bye. Have
Ciao
some pizza on
ciao.
us. Well, not on us, with us. Well, fuck me, what did they say?